You read some books and some characters never leave you, like they hold you by the throat and say you will never forget me. That's how I felt when I read Dreams and Assorted Nightmares by Abubakar Adam Ibrahim. And the character that held me and say, I will not let you go is Nazneen. Hi guys, welcome to Roving folks, and today I will be reviewing Dreams and Assorted Nightmares by Abubakar Adam Ibrahim. Let's get into it. So, I first read Nazneen, I think 2022 or 2023. I can't remember. So, backstory, a little backstory, just because I want to give you guys a gist. There was this film company, and I really like them because they used to be a short stories website. So I love them. I used to repost their tweets, blah blah blah, retweet their tweets. And one day, someone sent me a DM like, "Oh, we want to appreciate your support, and we're going to send you a package." You guys, I don't believe it. I thought it was scam. I thought it was a scam. So they first added us to WhatsApp group, and then I was still thinking it was a scam. I don't know why. And then they sent us our packages one by one. So because I was in Abuja, I was one of the last people to receive mine. So I thought it wasn't going to come, and it came in, guys, and there were 4 books, 4 books, and this was one of them. And I loved this story so much. I love these stories so much. So that's how I came to know Nazanin. Now, who is Nazanin? Nazanin is a character in the book whose um she is described as someone with a sunshine life. You know that there are some people like when they walk into somewhere, they bring life into the place. That's how she was in The Man Called Over. I love that book so much. We see that Ove saw Sonia as color. And even people will say that she was the color in his life, Ove was just black and white. So someone like Sonia was the way Nazneen was. And Nazneen was, she was just a color. Do you get, sorry, a rainbow. I won't call her a color. She was a rainbow because she was so bright and everything. But then life has a way of turning bright colors to black and white. And that's what happens here. So she suffers tragic events upon tragic events. At first, she gets herself back, but then when they repeat themselves, she keeps on losing herself till she becomes this shadow of herself, and there's nothing anybody can do to rescue her from it. So she is plunged to dark sadness, like the kind of sadness that nobody can shake her out of, and it's quite sad. I think when you see, if you see a normal sad person, you are like, okay, you're sad. But when you see someone who has been a ball of sunshine turned to a very melancholic person, it can be very unsettling. I think that's why she stayed with me, because she was just, I felt like I identified her with Sonia, and then she becoming who she became eventually just touched me. Another story in this book. So yeah, this is like fantasy. No, no, it's like it is fantasy. A man and his wife, they love each other, obviously, but then another woman likes the man, and this other woman, the man say, please leave me alone, I'm in love with my wife. This other person said, I will not let you go, you are a fine man, blah 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 and blah. And because she's falling in love with him, and he's like, I'm married. She's like, I don't care. But something happens, and then she dies, and an animal starts appearing in their house. They have done everything possible to get rid of this animal, but it keeps on appearing, and he has this sad, aura that he gives, such that when people come, like when the animal comes, everybody's sad. That's how it is. So it's very unsettling for both of them, and then they both know who he is. They don't think he's just an animal; they think it's that woman that died. And so on and on it goes, and both are just tired, and that's where the story ends. So another story in this book is the very sad one as well, Saja. Now, I think if you are an avid reader, or maybe you've read some books like Faceless, it will not be news that you meet a car that has a name and the owner really loves it. In Faceless, the car's name was Screamy, but in this book, the car's name was Saja. This man bought a car, he was so in love with the car, like he pays attention to this car, washes it every day. It was like a child to him. That's how much this car meant to him. But then his wife felt sick, and he decided like, oh, if he can sell his car to make his wife better, he would do that. And that's what he did. He bought a motorcycle instead. But his wife got better, and he realized that that was, to him, it felt like a very huge sacrifice because this was something he dearly loved. Probably people thought he even loved more than his children and his wife because of the kind of attention he paid. But he showed that, oh, that wasn't the case. Another story is called Mororo's Masterpiece. So Mororo is an artist and he draws really, really fascinating things. He's a very fascinating artist, but he's a, which word do I use? He's a philanderer, and he has, in fact, they describe him as he has fathered half of the children in Zango. Zango is a fictional place where the story is set in. So he is just like that. His children range from different ages because they are with different women. And his wife, she's just indifferent about it because there's nothing she can do. She has done her best. And then it comes to a time where a man fights with him over his wife, and he draws what he considers to be the greatest piece of his life, and he refuses to sell it for any amount. And that goes on. We just see his life as chai, very chaotic. But as life will have it, he dies, and his wife doesn't really mourn because I think his actions have already made her, probably killed him in his heart, in her heart. So his physical death was just a rite of passage, probably. And so that's it. And that's all for me for Dreams and Assorted Nightmares by Abubakar Adam Ibrahim. Highly, highly recommend this book. I really enjoyed it. I really, really enjoyed it, and I hope you will too. For the writing style, I think it's not as evocative as his other book, The Whispering Truth, which I'll be reviewing soon. But you still feel it. Like I said, Nazin is a character that has stayed with me. She's a character that oftentimes I just find myself thinking of her, like, how is she even doing now? And I know she's fictional, like I know she doesn't exist, but because of how well he has crafted these stories, I think that Nazanin is real. And that's just one of the things you learn from his writings. You see that he is able to make fictional worlds seem real to an extent that you can think of them in reality. I mean, I think there are many women like Nazanin though, but the fact is she's fictional and I feel for her. So that's all finally for Dreams and Assorted Nightmares by Abubakar Adam Ibrahim. Bye.